We are live in Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live Facebook group. We are live and getting started in a second. Today we're gonna talk about how my wife just started a few months ago and she already closed her first Airbnb, how she did, how she found it, and how you can duplicate her success. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. So congrats to my wife. We're going to be getting started here. Let me share my screen. So if you're in the Facebook group, um, we have over 180 videos or replays of training. So if you're in this Facebook group, I have probably like 180 videos of recorded training on how we're flipping cash flowing houses without how we're doing wholesaling, how we're doing Airbnbs, without how we're doing creative deals, rent to owns, and how you can do it too. So if you ever have a question, I probably answered the question with the training. You can always do the search bar here, and search your question, or you can go through the most recent trainings here under the featured sections. Now, if you go to guides, it's going to show you all the old ones from like 5 years ago. But today, if you're in this group and you're stuck, you can always just search your question, and then I'm pretty sure I probably did a training on it already. So check it out there. I've been doing this full time for 15 years now, and we're still closing deals every week, even in this tough market today. But make sure if you're watching this somewhere else, join our Facebook group, Best Chicago Wholesale Deals Live. That's where you see all of our recorded training there. If you are in the Chicago market looking for deals, you can join our buyers list here. We can send you deals. We'll send a couple new deals every week to you. And if you're have a deal under contract, you need a buyer. We're looking to buy. We also have tons of buyers looking to buy, and maybe the cash offer won't work. Maybe we can work out a creative deal. So you can send your deal here to our email, russell@bestchicagoWholesaleDeal.com. And that's why we do this is basically I've gotten pretty much majority of all my deals from people that maybe saw my training, from students I mentor. So majority of all of our deals come from just giving this free information, free content. So my wife closed a deal. She started literally 2 months ago, and this is the Airbnb here. It's in Eagle Lake, Florida. This is her first deal she closed. It took 2 months of consistent marketing, consistent talking to people. So we're gonna talk about how she did it. We're gonna talk about how she found the lead, how she analyzed it, how we talked to the seller, and she literally negotiated it, talked to the seller, built a rapport, and closed it herself because the seller was a Spanish speaker and I don't speak Spanish. So she's the one that actually did everything. I just told her what to say, right? So, um, and this is a management deal, so that we're gonna get we negotiated about 20% of the total profit. So this should bring in about maybe total revenue around 40,000 a year, we're estimating. So 20% of that, you're probably looking at around 8,000 a year, close to about 800 bucks a month in profit to us, or 8,000 a year in profit. So, if you get 10 of those, you're looking at, close to 80,000 a year. If you get 12 of them, you're probably looking at over 100,000 a year. So just close one type of these deals per month. Over the course of 12 months, you can have over 100,000 per month in profit coming in on your end. Again, we do offer partnerships. If you guys have Airbnbs you're considering, or maybe you're a landlord, or you know someone, you can send us those deals. We can take a look at it and see if any it will work. We like to do Airbnb management where you get a percentage of the revenue, or we can do like a rent with option to buy if the numbers work and we turn around an Airbnb. So first we're going to talk about how this happened. So my wife literally like a couple months ago decided to quit her job and started working for me. And that was just like 2 months ago she started, right? And she was literally just going in and contacting these leads through websites. Um, this lead came from Facebook Marketplace. So this lead basically, all she did was go to Facebook Marketplace, go to the market that she wants to contact. So she picked like Auburndale, Florida, where we're at, and you can do a 20-mile radius, 40-mile radius, and then go to she, basically contacting. She contacted the for rent section, so property rentals. So you pick your area, you pick property rentals. Now these are properties that are vacant. Most of the time, 90% of the time, they're already in great condition. And they're moving ready. So these are prime for cash offers. These are prime for rent to own offers. These are prime for uh Airbnb management offers. So here we are in this area, 20-mile radius. You can see there's it doesn't give me the exact number, but there's probably hundreds of leads that we can call today, right? So basically, when you're starting out, this is something that you should be doing anyways, is you should be contacting all the for rents in your area. I always say that. So if you're not doing that already, you're probably missing out on a lot of money. So right here, so Winter Haven, 18, so it was just a lead just like this, 1850 a month. And we're basically just reaching out to them and saying, hey, is this deal still available? Are you open to an offer on selling your property? So something like that. Like, is this deal still available? Are you open to offer on selling your property? So we always lead with like a cash offer, or we're the rent to own buyer. So we're always leading with like, hey, we're the buyer. We can do cash offer. We can do a rent with option to buy and stay in the middle of the deal where we're the buyer. So with this seller, he didn't speak English, so I couldn't talk to him personally. But my wife got on the phone with him and he didn't want to sell it. He just bought the house recently. And the seller also didn't want to do rent to own. So rent to own is like you're selling the house as well. So he just wanted to rent it out, or we pitched the idea of Airbnb and he was open to it, right? So he was completely open to the idea of Airbnb. So again, we led with the cash offer. And then we try to do rent to own. He didn't want to do that. And then we said, hey, have you ever considered Airbnb in your property? He said, I'm interested. So once he says I'm interested, so I'm going to send this to the seller. So basically she's on Facebook Marketplace. She's messaging like 20, 30 people a day and just contacting them, seeing if they're interested in an offer on their property. And then that's how we kind of lead them down the path. Like we have a 5 offer system. So it's like, hey, cash offer, you interested in a cash offer on your home? If not, how about, were you ever interested? I know you want to rent it. Will you consider a rent to own? And if they say, no, I don't want to sell it. I don't want to do rent to own or cash. Then another option is, hey, have you ever considered turning your property into Airbnb? And that's where we pitch the idea. We tell them all about our experience. I've had over 4,000 guests, made over 3 million in revenue on Airbnb already. We know all the ins and outs. We know how to maximize profit. So so that's what happened with this deal. And we just listed it actually. Um, we just listed this property like today, and we don't even it's so new that we don't even have the professional pictures yet. We should have them like tomorrow. So you guys can see the property. It fits 6 bedroom. This is actually 4 bedrooms, six actual beds. And this property, it's in really good condition. The pictures are just from a cell phone, so they're not professional. We should have those hopefully by tomorrow. We basically just listed this. It's live as of tomorrow. So that's this is the property. And again, so once you're talking with the owner and they are open to the ideal of Airbnb, that's when we go into the uh analysis to see if it even makes sense, right? Like you have to figure out, does this deal even make sense, right? Like, because there's a lot of people that want to do Airbnb, but their property just does not make any sense, right? So first thing we do, we use a company called AirDNA Rentalizer. we just use this as a kind of an estimate, and it's not 100%, but it is a great tool that does get comps that are nearby pretty quickly. And you can use this to get an estimate on what you believe your property can bring in, right? So I'm gonna put the address of the property in. We're gonna put the amount of beds and baths, and then we're gonna put how many guests we can actually have. We can have maybe up to 8, even more, maybe up to 10 guests in this property, but one per 8. So you can see the projected revenue, 33,800 for the property that we just got. And I believe like most of the people on Airbnb are unprofessional. I would say 75%, even up to upwards of 80% of the people that list on Airbnb do not manage it professionally. So I believe we can actually get a 10-20% higher than what's predicted here. So I believe we can get close to 40,000 in revenue, where we would get 20% of that, which would be about 8,000 in profit, right? So this is not the only thing we do. The main so we so once an owner says, "Hey, yeah, I'm interested. Can you give me the numbers?" That's when we go and analyze it. You should never analyze a deal for Airbnb until they say I'm open to the offer, right? Because it does take quite a bit of time. We do go into Airbnb itself, and I go into Google, I type in the city, and then I type in Airbnb, and then I go into a search. So what I'm looking for is exact comps of the property, um, close as possible to the property in the same city. I try to zoom in as close as possible. The property is like somewhere around here, like in this little community here. That's where the property is. And I try to zoom in as close as possible, and I filter it by, because a lot of people list a lot of bedrooms, so I want to see only entire homes. I want to see something maybe similar, like 3 bedrooms or more. I want to see 2 bathrooms or more. And then you can see there's a couple comps here. And I like to see at least 3, 4 good comps that have some reviews already. So you can see there's one that has only 9. We can use that one. Here's another one that has 20. We can use that one. If they're brand new, they don't really have a set income yet. Here's one that has 9. So we can use ones that have some reviews already, and then we can go into their calendar and we can see what's going on, right? Like look at, so September she's fully booked. October she's booked the first week. Uh, November's open. December is fully booked. So I'm trying to look at the next, like, 3 to 6 months of what's going on. And what I'm doing is going into their calendar and seeing how much they're making per night. So they're asking 169 in October, 167 in November. She's asking 218. So it's going up in November, 200 in December. They're asking 174. So it's kind of like you want to get an average of what they're getting per month. And so her, you would average it out, like in November you're getting about 170. October you're getting 170, November you're getting 200, December you're getting 174. And I would go maybe 3, even upwards to 6 months, and then get the average. So if you take those three, 170, 210 plus maybe the other 170, divide that by 3, you're looking at about average 184. So they're getting about 184. And on Airbnb, we do estimate like 20 nights booked out of the month. So I'm estimating 3680 with this Airbnb. You can see that she's fully booked in December almost. September is fully booked. October, just 1 week is missing. I'm sure she'll get almost fully booked. November, she'll get bookings. And then we're going to do this for 3 properties, right? So we're going to take this property next. This one's already got 20 reviews. We can see his calendar. So he's not booked at all. So I'm guessing, let's see what's going on here. So 180 a night. So one thing I see is that he just prices it like a flat 180. So and I also see that the pictures are not professional. It's pretty so this one's not professionally managed at all. What we do is we price it like if the next 7 days are not booked, we'll be even as low as like $60 a night just to get a booking, right? So um he's at 180. So I'm guessing that 180 mark, unprofessionally managed may be too high for the area. Well, he's booked in November. He's got some bookings in November. But he's pretty open. And he's just getting a flat 180 and he's not changing his price. So this is unprofessionally managed. That's what I was talking about there. So we use pricing softwares that change the nightly rate every night. And this one doesn't have a pool, so that is a plus. You can see that same thing here. It's not professional pictures, not professionally staged. But it does have a pool. But let's see what's going on with their calendar. So right here, September, he's open. So he doesn't have bookings. October, he has 1 week booked. And he's doing the same thing where it's like a flat 145 a night. He's not changing his price at all. And so these two, you can see like, why is this one booked? Because you can see the pictures and our property is going to look like these pictures. Like it's staged similar and it's going to look like these pictures. So maybe not as, yeah, I mean, we pretty much are probably going to look very similar to this one. So you can see like why this person's making money and then these guys are really not making that much money, right? So I think we can get we can get similar bookings to this one. It's right next to our property and it's professionally managed. So my estimate, based on what I'm seeing here is that, we can, in worst case scenario, let's say that, we have to price it lower than everybody. Let's say that we price it at 140 a night, which is lower than the three comps that we saw, times 20. So that's 2,800 a night. So we present this so to the owner. We basically are we take the comps, we present them to the owner. We say, hey, this one's getting this much. This one's not professionally managed. They're not really booked, but they're asking this much a night. This one's the same thing, not professionally managed. So they see like, hey, I need some type, I need it professionally managed where the price is always changing every night, right? And we do present the actual comps to the owner. We show them like, hey, this is here's the comps, here's how much we believe it's going to make, and the owner makes a decision, right? And then we look at Zillow too, like the Zillow rental calculator. So we want to see like, hey, if we manage this Airbnb for you, are you going to make more money just renting it normally? And we're going to be, and I like to be honest, so I put the property in here. So maximum he should probably get like 2,200 a month in rent. So 2,200 a month in rent. And we saw that the potential with this one we saw, we averaged it out at 184 times 20. The potential is 3,680, right? So even paying electric and gas and Wi-Fi, which is what the owners have to pay extra if they're doing Airbnb. So let's say that's another 300 a month. Let's say, so even after paying utilities, 3,400 makes a lot more than 2,200, right? So the potential to make 1,000 to make more money is there for him, right? So that's what we showed the owners like, hey, you're gonna get 2,200 a month if you normally rent it, but you could potentially, make 3,800. And this is the slow season too. So uh slow season right now, September, October, November, it does pick up for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Uh but slow season here in Florida is the months that we're looking at. So I'm telling them like, hey, listen, like you could potentially go up to like 4,500 a month on the hot season, right? Because this is a slow season. In Chicago, like we have properties where they'll make like $1,000 in the winter, like January, February in the month. And then that same property in June, July, August, because we change the price every night, makes 6,000, 7,000, that same exact property, right? Because we change because of the pricing changes that we do every single night, right? So if anyone has any questions, you can put it in the comments as well. Let me see. Nothing. So that's how we did. So again, we went to Facebook Marketplace. She went to Facebook Marketplace, contacting 20, 30 people a day to say, hey, are you open to an offer on your property? Okay, you're not open to selling your property. What about rent to own? What about, I see it's for rent. What about Airbnb? Have you ever considered changing, turning your property to Airbnb? Um, We've done, 3 million in revenue on Airbnb. We have thousands of reviews. We manage other people's Airbnbs. So if you're interested, we can run the numbers. We can see how much you can make. So that's the point. Once they get the interest, you have the owner interested. We'll run the numbers like this one. We'll show them the potential. Like, hey, you can make, we can potentially make 33,000 a year or up to 40,000 a month, 40,000 a year in total revenue, even after paying our fee. So let's say this happens, right? So we're estimating that we're going to make 40,000 a year, even after paying 20%, right? Which is our fee, 8,000. So he's going to make 32,000 a year. If I divide that by 12, that's 2,000, close to 2,700 a year, right? In revenue. So he will make more than renting it normally for 2,200 a month, right? And I do believe that we should get even more because again, this is the slow season, these months that we're showing here. Uh, hot months are when when school is out. Actually like January, February, a lot of people do come to like Florida for Disneyland, Busch Garden. Like this property is like right in between. Disneyland's like about 40 minutes. Tampa is about another 45, 50 minutes away, Busch Gardens. So it's like right in between Tampa, Orlando. So people can actually stay in the middle and go to both parks, go to both areas. So again, how she found the deal, contacting leads for rent section, Facebook Marketplace. These are free leads that, hey, if you're not contacting these leads, you could miss out on 8,000 a year in profit, right? You could be missing out on tons of deals if you're not contacting all these leads. And that's our goal is like we pick a market, we contact every for rent, for sale by owner, Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, Craigslist, and we're presenting offers. And of course, we're presenting Airbnb offers. If these could be wholesale deals that you turn into. These can be rent to owns. These can be if you're doing listings, these can be listings. These can be or these can be Airbnbs. So that's how we found the deal. How she negotiated with the seller. Of course, she was able to. I was able to mentor her, walk her through it. The seller basically talks Spanish, so I really didn't do any of the negotiation. I didn't even, I let her do all the talking. I didn't even know what they're talking about, right? So she basically closed it on her own. And guess what? 8,000 a year. Imagine trying to get an 8,000 a year raise at your job, right? How long would that take? Getting a 2%, 3% increase on your job every year. That would take that may take 5 or 6 years, right? You can do that this month, right? So if I told you, hey, you can do that this month, um, we do partner with others managing Airbnb, so you can send us your deals. Uh, you can pick up as many as you want, like as long as the owner likes the numbers, as long as the owner agrees to everything, to move forward. Guess what? You can pick up one of these deals every single month, right? Like we uh we we just started like right here in Florida. She just started 2 months ago, right? And just we've never contacted for rent in Florida because I've been busy with the Chicago deals and uh different deals in Indiana and different states. But she just started in 2 months and got first deal. and she's we haven't even gotten started here. So our goal is to hopefully eventually pick up one a month or one every 2 months, and all of a sudden 12 months later we look back, we should have 10, 12 cash flowing Airbnbs just here in Florida, where hopefully we're over 100,000. Hopefully she generates 100,000 a year on her own, where she's the one that found it, analyzed it, uh negotiated it, and got the deal under contract and everything. So we do offer partnership on these. So send us your deals, and and uh and we can analyze it to see if the numbers work. And we do offer mentorship partnerships. So if you're interested, go to kingdomreiacademy.com. We can show you how it works. We partner on wholesale deals. We partner on rent to owns, Airbnbs. We provide the funding. We provide unlimited skip trace leads to call, unlimited funding, unlimited support. So you can check that out at kingdomracademy.com if you're interested. And you can get started. Like it's like, it's all about like how many leads am I contacting, right? Like to get this deal to make 8,000 in a year. It was a consistent 20, 30 leads contacted every day for a couple months, right? Like that's the kind of persistence you have to have. And it's just basically we're going on she's going on Facebook Marketplace for rent section, Craigslist for rent, Furnish Finder is another one. So we've had some pretty good leads on Furnish Finder. Furnish Finder is properties already furnished, and people are already maybe doing Airbnb, or they're doing midterm rentals. So they're already furnished, so that's a good source as well to contact leads. We've had quite a few offers made, and I think we had a couple people on the fence moving forward. So we're just doing our follow up, and hopefully that we get those deals, a couple more deals here in Florida, right? So it's consistently, I'm contacting 20, 30 leads a day, seeing if you're interested in an offer, seeing if they're interested in doing rent to own, interested in doing Airbnb with their property. And I'm doing that every single day, right? You're brushing your teeth, you're contacting leads every day. If you're not doing it every day, uh, then it's going to be hard for you to get any offers out, right? The goal is to make an offer, right? If I'm not making offers every day, if I'm not contacting people every day, I'm never going to make an offer every day, right? So that's the name of the game, is consistently contacting people, seeing if they're interested in selling, and consistently making offers every day. Try to get at least one offer a day out the door, right? Your goal is to get one offer a day out the door, and it's a matter of being consistent with it, right? And we do this with rent to owns too. Like we would take if they don't take the cash offer, we'll say, hey, well, what about rent to own? Have you ever considered selling your house rent to own? And they say, yeah, I'm open to it. We present the offer, and if the numbers work, we will turn around and rent to own it, and then Airbnb it for a few years, and then hopefully maybe there's appreciation there. Um, and eventually we can sell the property, right? So when you do a rent to own, I can Airbnb it, I can rent to own to somebody else, I can just sell the property, similar to actually owning the house, right? So if you guys have any rental properties or know anyone renting, use this training today, to analyze the deal, to come up with the offer, to present the numbers to the owner. And when we're negotiating with the seller, we're presenting the actual comps to them. We're just showing them, hey, here's comp one, comp two, comp three. Here's what they're making per night. This guy is not professionally managed. She is, so she's making more money. This guy is unprofessionally managed. So you do need professional management if you want to make more money. So we do just show them everything, and we show them like our reviews, our profile. Just builds rapport, right? Like when you have a lot of experience and you've done a lot already. And if you're brand new, that's where we come in and, we can partner with you, right? So if you're brand new, maybe you haven't even done an Airbnb or anything like that. So of course, the owner is going to be asking you, hey, well, how many Airbnbs have you done? How many, guests have you had? How much experience you have? How much, how long you've been doing this? If you say zero, of course, they're probably going to be questioning whether this is going to work or not, right? So that's where we come in with our students and say, hey, just use our reputation. Say, we've done 4,000, over 4,000 guests in our properties, over 3 million in revenue, close to 8 years managing Airbnbs. So we have tons of experience. We know all the ins and outs and how it works, right? And once they hear that, they're like, that's when they want to move forward, right? Because that's building rapport and trust, right? So KingdomIronAcademy.com, if you're interested in that, check it out. Uh, check it out. So if there's any questions, just let me know. Thanks. Thanks, David. Appreciate it, brother. So today we're talking about again, always go through the Bible with these trainings. First and foremost, the Bible is all about salvation, believing in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, repenting of your sins, changing who you are. Without repentance, without changing who you are, it has to be like there has to be a change. Before Jesus, after Jesus, everyone that came to Jesus was transformed, changed completely, right? Matthew 6:14-18 says, it's talking about the power of forgiveness and fasting. And the reason why we go through this is like, man, this is like forgiveness. Like, man, like if you hold bitterness, anger, and resentment, and you just hate people and you have anger in your heart, it's very hard to be successful in anything, in business and getting deals under contract. And you go out there and you have depression and anger in your heart and you're trying to negotiate a deal with a seller. It's like you're fighting an uphill battle, right? But if you release that, you release your bitterness, you forgive the other people, you forgive the other person, you walk in freedom now. And now you're not, like people don't want to do business with people that are just angry all the time and depressed and bitter and always a victim of everything. People want to do business with people that are like, man, it's always positive, that's always looking for the good and everything and not the bad, right? So Matthew 6:14-18. And then we're talking about fasting. Fasting for me, I've been off of it for about a year or so, but I'm getting back on it now. But I did a year of fasting like straight where I just like some days I just fasted 1 day, full day, 2 days, 3 days. I did up to 4 days. And then I did a fasting where I only ate like one meal a night, just like 8 p.m. at night. I just ate one time. It literally like just changed everything. Like my inflammation left in my body. Uh, I lost like 80 pounds. I was had so much energy. Like I can literally like when I was overweight, I could barely like play basketball for like 30 minutes. I'll be dead. But then after that, after fasting, I was like, man, I can go for like 2 hours, 3 hours just playing basketball and that's what you need in your business. You need energy, right? If you have no energy, you're always tired and lazy and you're always like your body always hurts, you're always in pain, you're always going to the doctor, you're always sick. I think fasting is like could transform you personally and also your entire business. Like if you go out there and you have tons of energy and you have no pain in your body's healed. It's like business, everything becomes easier. Your relationships, your business. You can go out there and make more offers, go on more appointments, talk to more sellers. And people feel that too. Like people feel like your energy. Like if you're out there and you're just in pain all the time, and that's depressing, right? Like I've had that where I've had tons of pain. It's depressing, right? And you're in this depressed state. People know, people can feel that, right? Like, and it's like, I don't know about that guy. He seems really depressed. I don't know if like this deal is gonna work out, right? Like people want to do business with people they like and they trust. And people like to do business with people that are have energy and have a state of always positive, right? So fasting, I believe, can change your energy levels, your body, heal your body. And I believe it could change your entire business. Like if I go from I'm always tired and want to take a nap to I'm always energetic and have so much energy, that can change your entire business just that alone, right? So and the Bible talks about this fasting that we should do it because it's because God knows it's good for your body. That's why he talks about it, right? So Matthew 6:14, 18. For if you forgive other people their offenses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive other people, then your Father will not forgive your offenses. And holding unforgiveness, I can tell you, like I did it for years with people. People stole money, people, did so many, like, lots of bad things, and I held that, and it eats you inside. Like you're always angry, you're always bitter, you're always, and it causes stress, causes depression, right? And how do you forgive? You just give it to God. You just say, hey, God, and you pray for the other person, right? Like the person that hurt you the most, you just give it to God. Hey, God, I want you to give me the power to forgive this other person that hurt me. And I want to pray for them. I want to pray for their blessing. I want to pray for favor on their life, right? And when you release it, give it to God, ask for forgiveness. And release it, it like sets you free, right? Like and that's where you want to be. You want to be at a point where you're set free from unforgiveness. Fasting, the true treasure of wealth. Now, whenever you fast, do not make a gloomy. So Jesus is talking. He says, now whenever you fast. So he's already saying that when you fast, right? Like whenever you fast. So he's saying you should fast, right? So do not make a gloomy face as the hypocrites do, for they distort their faces so they'll be noticed by people when they are fasting. Truly I say to you, they have their full reward. But as for you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that your fasting will not be noticed by people, but by your Father who is in secret, and your Father sees what is done in secret and will reward you. So if you never fasted before, man, do it, please. Like if you have pain in your body, fast. If you're sick, you have a disease, guess what? There's so much science behind this now that the science is catching up to it. You can research this yourself, but um, there is healing tons of diseases. Even they have research for cancer. They have research for all types of diseases. That fasting is healing the body. The research is like your body. If you're eating like every few hours or all the time, your body doesn't have a chance to heal itself because it's always trying to digest food. But if you fast, that gives the body time to heal itself, to heal your intestines, heal your gut, heal your liver, heal your organs, right? And as your body heals, your inflammation starts leaving your body. You start having more energy. You start, things just start getting healed on you, right? And I can't tell you, like when I started fasting for the first time, I really was doing it for God, right? Like, but when I started fasting for the first time, I had pain everywhere. I had pain in my neck, in my shoulder, in the back of my arm. I had really bad sciatica. I had knee pain, feet pain. I literally had pain from all the way to my shoulder down to my feet. Like when I play basketball, it'd be like a stabbing pain in the bottom of my feet, and my knees hurt a lot, and I could barely play. Like I love playing basketball. Um, and I would play for like 20 minutes and I'd be done. I'm like, I can't, like it just hurts too much, right? And I fasted. Um, I think it took like 3 months of doing it consistently where I would just maybe do a 24-hour fast, a 2-day fast, like once a week. And then I would just fast. I would eat like one meal a day at night. And then the pain just started leaving. Like today, as of today, I still don't have knee pain or foot pain. I still do get some sciatica pain here and there because I have a bulging disc. But um, I pretty much can go like hours and hours of exercise and without pain, right? And with tons of energy. So if you haven't tried this before, and if maybe you tried everything, you tried drugs, you tried all these different types of diets and this and that, and you tried everything. If you never tried fasting to heal yourself, try it. And when you are healed, it's like it can change everything, right? Like for me, like woke up one day and I'm like, I have literally no inflammation in my body. I'm like, man, I was literally, I can go play basketball for like 3 hours straight and I still had energy to keep going, right? Like that was crazy. But I got off of fasting for the last year, but I'm going back on it. And the reason is, of course, for God, because I love God. I and then for my body, right? And for energy, for strength, right? Um, and do it for your business, right? Do it for your business because if you don't have energy to get on the phone and make offers, like imagine you wake up one day and you just have so much energy that you can just clean the house and do everything and you still have energy. Getting in that state for your business can change your business because you have so much energy to keep going, keep making offers, keep grinding, keep calling more people, keep sending out more offers, keep analyzing more deals, keep following up, right? Because this business is a grind. And if you don't have energy for it, you're gonna quit, right? You're gonna be like, man, this business is too hard. I'm gonna quit because I'm tired, because I'm sick, because I have a injury, because of this and that, right? But so forgive others, release them, forgive yourself, right? If you hold bitterness towards yourself for something that you did and you can't forgive yourself, you have to forgive yourself, right? And forgive God. Some people like bad things, like the worst thing that can happen is death, right? We're all gonna die. So we're all gonna go through suffering because all your family's gonna die. Everyone's gonna pass away all around you because that's part of life. We pass away, right? So some people cannot forgive God for people that passed away, right? Or things that God let happen. So you need to forgive God too, right? Like release that bitterness that you're holding, right? So my story holding unforgiveness, I told you already. It just like so much stress, so much anger, depression. I was drinking alcohol every night. I was like just like drinking a glass of wine every night, drinking Jack Daniels every night. And I just had to drink away my bitterness, right? Like I had to and it was killing me. Like I had so many problems with my body, so much stress and depression and everything. And I was at that point where I was like so depressed, I didn't even want to live anymore. I was just like, man, I just want to end it. I don't know why I'm here, right? And it wasn't until like forgiveness, right? Like you got to forgive, and once you that forgiveness is released, you give it to God, you forgive the other person. It's like it sets you free, right? And then all of a sudden, like I stopped drinking, I stopped drinking every night. I was able to get rid of all the depression in my mind, the suicidal thoughts in my mind. So I pray that you release any unforgiveness now. So how do you do that? You just, close the door, ask God, say, hey, God, I just need your power. I need your power to forgive this person. And please give me that power. And I truly forgive this person today. I let them go in Jesus' name, right? It's very simple. And forgiving, like I said, can change your life. And for me, it almost led me to I told you guys my story. It almost led me to just killing myself, right? Holding on forgiveness. And Jesus said, now when you fast. So if you go back to the verse, he's talking about, so whenever you fast, right? So he's saying that, hey, you should be fasting once in a while, right? Again, I already went over my story of when I started fasting. I did it for like a year straight, which is pretty intense. Like I don't probably that's a bit intense for most of you. But if you're just starting fasting, just start like small, right? Like skip breakfast right now, right? Like tomorrow I'm gonna skip breakfast, so I'm just eat lunch and dinner, right? And then as time goes by and you're not too hungry, start bringing lunch and dinner together. I'll move up lunch to 1 o'clock. I'll move dinner to 4 o'clock. Then every day or every week start to bring it closer together. And now all of a sudden you're like eating one meal a day, right? And then when you get to one meal a day, maybe one day you don't have an urge to eat, so you fast for the whole day, right? And the most I did was 4 days, 4 full days of fasting. That was tough, but I can tell you, like, man, if you can, not only can it heal your body, but like addictions, like if you're addicted to alcohol, you're addicted to drugs, you're addicted to pornography, to any bad addictions that you want to be set free from, if you can fast, if you can self-control your body from food, you can really self-control yourself from anything. Like if you think like I'm never gonna kick this marijuana addiction, I'm never gonna kick this alcohol addiction, I'm never gonna kick this cigarette condition, I'm never gonna kick this habit of watching pornography, right? If you can fast, you can self-control yourself from food. I think you can self-control yourself from any bad addiction. Like if you haven't tried, just try it, right? Just give it a try. And when you're fasting, you know, you have to add prayer. You have to add reading the Word of God to that, right? And when you combine prayer, reading the Word, fasting, it's like a multiplier, like 10x multiplier where man, I can overcome when I fasted for 4 days, I'm like, man, I fasted 4 days. I can kick any addiction. And that helped me, get rid of all these bad addictions that I had, right? So you want to heal your body, you want to have more energy, you want to get rid of bad addictions, bad habits, pray, read the word, fast. Um, and then when doing anything for God, do not do it to be seen or to be worshiped by people, but do it because you love God, not because you want to be seen, right? So if anyone has any questions, if you want to reach out to me about fasting or stuff like that too, just personal stuff, reach out to me. You can reach out. This is my number, my email, and that's why you read the Bible, guys, man. If like you want like uh great uh everything like business, energy, healing of your body. It's all found in the Word of God. It's all found in the Bible. So this is my number, my email. Reach out to me if you guys have any questions. We'll be back live. I'm gonna start eventually doing it once a week again, live. And I have a series going on. If you guys haven't been following, I have a brand new student that just started, and he's actually we've been meeting once a week. I've been recording it and releasing it. So I'm gonna start releasing that maybe every Wednesday. And then every Monday I'll be back here live in the group here doing some training and helping you guys. So if you guys have any questions, reach out. We'll be live now in the membership group. So members will be live in about 10 minutes in the other group. So God bless. We'll see you guys next week. And if this training or any of our trainings have helped you, uh, testimonials are great. Reach out to me. If we've helped you at all, it'll be awesome for testimonials or anything that we benefited you from our training. Thank you.